But do you remember him like this? This is Carlin on The Tonight Show in 1965.
I see the radar tonight is picking up a line of thunder showers which extends from a point 9 miles south-southeast of Chester, Pennsylvania, along a line and 6 miles either side of the line to a point 8 miles north-northeast of Secaucus, New Jersey. However, the radar is also picking up a squadron of Russian ICBM. So I wouldn't sweat the thunder shower.
Here's David Letterman in the late 70s.
I'm looking at this can, and it says on there, for the dog that suffers constipation. But, you know, the way I look at it, if your dog is constipated, why screw up a good thing, huh?
And when she first appeared on The Tonight Show in 1985, Roseanne Arnold was good old Roseanne Barr.
You know, because women, we lie to men all the time, you know. That's not that we mean to or anything. It's just that it takes too long to explain the truth. Yeah, so it's like, oh, you're the best lover I ever had. It's never been like this. Stop, stop, you're killing me.
And now, something I've always wanted to say. Here's Ed.
Thank you, Katie.
How are you,
darling?
Ed?
Good to see you.
Nice
I'm fine.
to see you, too.
And I'll give you want a hi-oh?
I do.
Are you ready? Hi-oh!
Welcome back as we tip our Time and Again hat to Johnny Carson. Even though he retired from The Tonight Show in May 1992, his 30 years on the job made him the undefeated king of late night. And who was at his side through it all? You are correct, sir. Ed McMahon, television's ultimate second banana. Former carnival pitchman, U.S. Marine, radio and TV announcer, Ed was with Johnny from the beginning. His comic foil, always ready with a laugh. His nightly introduction became a TV trademark.
Here's Johnny.
John, let's talk about some of the people on the show.
Mm-hmm.
How would you characterize your relationship with Ed?
Good. Friends. Ed and I, October the 13th, will have worked together 25 years. He was with me on Who Do You Trust?
Who Do You Trust, sure.
I was brought to New York to, I can't say audition. I mean, I just came in to meet Mr. Carson. And as you know, I was once quoted by saying he packs a tight suitcase. And what I meant by that was he's a very frugal man, not financially, but about his time and his activities. And you don't know a great deal about him. If you know you're close to him, you don't know a lot about him. And he and I talked to one another, and both of us were looking out the window of his office in the little theater, and they were putting up a marquee at the Schubert Theater, and it was a brand new marquee. It was getting away from the old little light marquees. It was a new thing for The Bells Are Ringing with Judy Holliday. And we were both watching them do this because it was like a whole new idea. That was our interview. It lasted 7 minutes. He hardly looked at me, said very little to me. And he shook my hand. He said, it was nice meeting you, Ed. I said, nice meeting you, Mr. Carson. That was it. I walked away. I figured, well, that's over. I blew that job, along with a lot of others I'd blown, but I figured that one I really blew. And about 4 weeks later, somebody called me and said, when you start on Monday. I said, what? They said, when you start on Monday, you know how you always hear these things, on the show, you got the job. And I came up and became his announcer, and then when he came to NBC on The Tonight Show, NBC didn't particularly want me, but he did, and fought for me, and then we started.
You relish the role of second banana.
I love it.
You don't make any apologies for it.
Not at all. From day one, I was very happy. And the only piece of advice I ever got, I went to Johnny the very first day. We'd worked together for 4 years on a daytime show, Who Do You Trust, that became very popular, and that's how he got, noticed and got the job. But I went to him on October 1st, 1962. I walked into his office, and he was right above the studio, and I said, how do you see my role down there tonight? He said, Ed, I don't know how I see my own role. Let's just go down and entertain the hell out of them.
How do you know when he's out there, when he thinks it isn't working? Even if the audience is laughing, he's displeased. Is there some little telltale sign?
Sure. Oh, yeah. I can tell his moods very, very easily. And I watch him, and if you notice when he works, he watches me. He constantly looks at me to get reactions to jokes or whatever. He's always looking over to see what I'm feeling or how I'm doing. And in those moments, I can see that, you know, he wishes that was better, or he wish he hadn't said that, or why did he do that joke?
On May 22nd, 1992, Ed will end his Tonight Show career. Never again will we hear him say,
"Here's Johnny."
Every night, you have done this for 30 years almost.
Right.
And now you're leaving. This has got to be a little like adolescence. It's like who am I if I'm not Ed McMahon?
Well, it's almost like another
Show?
beginning for me. It will be, and will be for him too, I'm sure. But everybody I know, I say, watch it, because it's coming to a close, and there'll never be anything like it again. It'll never happen again. No other person in this business will ever last 30 years. We're going to go out. We won't go out like a lion. We'll go out like a lamb. We won't whimper, but we'll just kind of drift off into the sunset. He'll pick up his cup, I'll pick up my cup, and we'll just go right to the Smithsonian Institute. Instead of the figures that they have, we'll sit there. He'll have his desk, I'll have the chair, and we'll just wave to people as they go by.
Hi, David. What's your question for Ed?
My question is, what do you miss most about The Tonight Show?
Working with Johnny Carson, just having fun with him, playing with him. For 34 years we were together. And, you know, it's great to wake up in the morning and know that you're going to meet that man who's so clever, so talented, and very funny in all regards. And then just be sitting there like you and I are sitting with Johnny. You know that's going to be very funny. Something's going to happen funny out of that, and I love that. That was a wonderful time.
He has pretty much just dropped out of the entertainment scene.
He won't do anything. He won't accept any awards.
He won't do anything.
He turned down the Emmy. They would invite him to come in for the 50th anniversary of the Emmys. He wouldn't do it. Turned down the Oscars every year. They want him to host the Oscars.
How come? He just...
I don't know. I thought for sure he'd do the Oscars. That's where he was headed. That was the perfect show for him. Remember, he did 5 nights a week? Then he took Mondays off. Then he started taking Tuesdays off. He was doing 3 days a week. Finally, the ultimate show is 1 day a year. You know, do the Oscars, and that's it. You know, that would have been a dream for him. You know, keep getting rid of shows and do the Oscars.
But no cigar. Is he happy?
He's very happy. He's got a boat. He loves his boat. He plays tennis a couple of days a week, and he is on his boat. He's very happy.
It's a good relationship because we understand, read each other very well. Most of the stuff we do at the desk when we're just fooling around, none of it's usually rehearsed. We'll stumble on something, and he'll pick up my mood and either start to put me down or play with it, and that's the way it works.
Ed McMahon may have been Johnny Carson's right-hand man, but to his left every night, the leader of the band. We'll hear from Doc Severinsen in just a moment.
Next, the award for the best fanfare by a trumpet player on a TV variety show. The nominees are Robert Petroli, Jules Green, and Doc Severinsen. The winner is... hung up. Doc Severinsen. Doc, we're all very thrilled and happy for you. Would you show the folks, if you will, please, the award-winning fanfare? Bet. All right. Wonderful. Fine, Doc, and now. Well, and now you have... Oh, give me your stick. Jam it right in your bird there. Get out of here.
Doc Severinsen making music on The Today Show in 1970. When Johnny Carson began hosting The Tonight Show in 1962, Doc was assistant conductor. 5 years later, he became band leader, a job he held for the next 25 years.
Let me get this straight. Doc Severinsen band leader, musician, classical player, we just find out, actor, even actor, I gather.
I don't know about that.
What's the real Doc Severinsen?
Maybe a little shy and quite a bit rebellious, I might add.